Look at this guy. Goofy, unprepared, not totally aware of what he's supposed to be doing right here. Now look at this guy. Powerful, calm, and cool. Let's talk about it. Today we're going to talk about my main build centered around the case, the BeQuiet Pure Base 500DX. BeQuiet does have an FX model that has some extra RGB elements to it, but this is going to be a real long-term review. So we're just going to jump into the build as this actually happened months ago. Even that little clip, I don't know what I wrote. I had a whole idea planned out for that little clip. I never wrote it down. That's why I just came with a new direction. We're going to jump in, get right into the build. I list any parts that's used because, man, I have an exciting main build coming. I'm really going to put everything into upgrading my main build. So I want to go ahead and get this out the way, man. Big thanks to BeQuiet for sending this over, but let's just get into it. Way too much talking. Now, BeQuiet also sent over their Pure Loop 360mm AIO, a pack of their Light Wings fans, and a 1000-watt power supply to keep it all in the ecosystem. Everything else was swapped from my previous build except for this 3070 Ti I picked up at the time on a steal of a deal, but we'll talk more about that later. All right, folks, it's been a few days later and everything is working great except for two things that we need to handle right now. First and foremost is the RGB on these fans. Now, this is my main build. I honestly might keep it off in the end, but for the video, we got to get this right. This got to get it looking real crispy and clean. And this is how we're going to do it. This is a cheap adapter that I picked up off of Amazon. It converts 4-pin 12-volt RGB to 3-pin 5-volt RGB, which all the lighting on this PC needs. And my motherboard only has a 4-pin 12-volt RGB connection. So you take this port, you plug this into your 4-pin ARGB connector, and you plug this in here on the side of this adapter. This goes to SATA, as we all know. Then you have this cable right here, which breaks out from one 3-pin ARGB into 3 different ones, and we could plug in all the fans and have everything set up nicely. So let's go ahead and try it out. I don't know if it'll work, so we'll see on the other side. Yeah, so now we got the case synced up with the motherboard, so all of the lighting will be in unison. But now we gotta handle the last issue with this PC before I can say it's officially done. The keen-eyed amongst you may have seen the pill and noticed this look kind of different from how we ended the build part. Previously, I had a 3070 Ti that I picked up on a deal, but a little bit after I put that in my system, I saw a crazy deal on a 3080 Ti. I think it was right around the time the announcements happened for 4000 series, and not all of it, but there were a few cards that had some good sales. I caught this one on sale. This is the Tough Gaming 3080 Ti. I was able to sell my 3070 Ti to offset a little bit of the price, but it's been here ever since, and I've gamed on this machine almost every day. Hold on one second. Do you hear that? Hopefully y'all were able to hear, or maybe you couldn't, how silent this build is. Now, this is with me running it almost non-stop for the last few months. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a second to clean it up, make it look real nice and spiffy. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna stress test it, and we're gonna really see how well this handles temperatures and sounds. We're gonna see if the Pure Bass 500DX can actually be quiet.
Boo! Boo!
Come on, you know I had to do it at some point. Let's go. Time for the sound test. First off, let's get a bass and hear what the system sounds like at idle. Now, after 10 minutes of stressing both the CPU and GPU, let's take a listen. Temps on the screen. Now, I told you I game on this very PC almost every day. So let's see what it sounds like after 10 minutes of COD at 1440p ultra wide. You'll probably hear my mouse and keyboard more than the fans. And there we have it. As you can see, man, shout outs to BeQuiet. This case is exactly that. It's quiet, it keeps all my components cool. I mean, even just now I was gaming and I turned the audio down and I was like, okay, let me just lean in so I can hear it. You know, you can hear the fans, but that's what they're supposed to do. It's still very quiet compared to other systems I've had. Only time it got really loud is during that stress test, and even then, it kept the temps really cool, and it still wasn't even that loud. You could just hear the fans working for the first time where normally you don't. But overall, man, I'm very impressed with what BeQuiet has here. Not only with the 500DX, everything in this ecosystem just works together nicely, and I have enjoyed my time here with this PC. Like I said, all of this has changed, and in fact, everything you see here is gonna be changing here in the next couple of months. So stay tuned, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and never forget to holler at your boy. Got him. Headshot. Where they at? I see you. Headshot. That's 3 in a row. Ooh!